final season of Criminal Minds. Joe Mantegna here with us. What's up, man?
Everything's dandy.
I can't believe it's coming to an end.
You
sure
can't
you feel
believe it.
the same way, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I've done over 300 episodes. I've actually
I
lived
thought
it.
maybe this might be my job for life, you know.
Where were you at before you started the show? Like, what was your life and career looking like at that point?
Well, it was all right. I mean, look, I've been at this I realize this is my 51st year in show business.
That's crazy.
So that is crazy. You know, I thought, well, am I really that old? And I look in the mirror and I go, yeah, my hair's white, I guess so. But, you know, I've been banging around. I did theater most for the first 15 years of my career, really, before I ever really did anything outside of that. And then that led to movies and television and, you know, banging around back and forth through all three mediums, really, of theater, film, and television. But I hadn't really done a series until, you know, more in the last 15, 20 years. I more got pointed toward actually doing a series that would where I would be like a regular and have a regular job. And actually, it's what I was looking for. I mean, and I'm glad it worked out because, you know, I have children and they were getting older and the idea of all the travel you have to do is great when your kids are little. Everybody goes with you and you have, you know, it's fun. You make a vacation out of it in many ways. But that wasn't the reality once they got a little older. Especially having my oldest daughter has autism, and the travel got to be a little more like, well, you know, Dad's got to do it, but nobody else does. And then you start to think, you know, what takes the priority here, your job or your life, you know? So I thought, if I can get a job where I can kind of go home at night, that'd be really sweet, you know? And the trick is to find something that's got legs that you like to do.
This has had some legs.
Yeah, this had legs, you know, and I just love doing it. So I felt very lucky that it all worked out that way.
Because what do those days look like? How long are you guys on set before you go home?
It wasn't terrible. I mean, our drama is, I would say, the hardest job in television, normally. In other words, because you have something like anywhere from 7 to 8 to 9 days to shoot an episode, and it doesn't stop. That train never stops. And so 12 to 14-hour days are pretty much the norm. However, the more you can have a show that is ensemble related as opposed to like a one-man band, you know, like the danger is when you're on a show called Magnum P.I. and You're Magnum, or House and Your House. This was called Criminal Minds.
A little more pressure.
I was neither the criminal nor the mind.
You're just one of the guys.
I was one of the guys, and I wanted it that way. I mean, I know I was number one on the call sheet in the sense that, okay, that's the guy that you kind of start with. I think because I'm the oldest guy in the group. But and I even told them that when I came into the show, because I didn't come into season 1, I came in season 3.
Yeah, which I was going to say, which must have been an interesting thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, Mandy Patinkin had already been on the show, and I think it was more oriented, too, that he kind of had a little more to do than the rest. And in essence, I did, too, for that matter. But when I watched those episodes of the show, when they first kind of came to me about my interest in doing it, and I looked at those episodes, I thought, this is a tremendous ensemble. That's what I liked about it. I thought every actor was very well defined, and that I could see that each one had the strength to carry an episode on their own if they had to. In other words, storylines didn't have to be, they weren't just like, yes, well, I'll get the coffee, or I'll shoot the guy. And
they got their own thing going on. They can carry it.
And their characters are strong, and so, and I talked to the producers about that. I says, look, as long as you keep it that way, because I'm not, you know, I'm not campaigning to lead the parade here. I'll just be, in fact, I've often said this, that my image of my character was to be Dr. Smith on Lost in Space, to be the kind of the older curmudgeon who just kind of mixed it up every once in a while, and they had to listen.
Pick your spots a little bit.
Yeah, because he was experienced, but he'd also kind of like rock the boat a little bit, and that's kind of the way it went. But it was great. So the days, you know, it's not an easy job. No, you have to be disciplined. You have to be, you know, and you're talking about not just the cast, the crew, everybody. So you know, it's a dream job, I know, to most people out there. Oh, I want to be an actor. I want to be a successful actor and make movies and do television shows. And I get it. It's a fantasy job. But the reality is you better have your stuff, or you're not going to be in it long, or you're not going to be successful at it.
And also a certain level of humility, too, because you've taken all the rejections, you've gotten your few parts along the way. I mean, you got to be real with it. Like, that's just a part of the deal.
Your skin's got to be pretty thick in this business.
People are going to pick you apart for all your stuff.
And I knew going into the show, especially, I knew they were going to, a lot of them would probably start jumping on me because I'm like the new guy. They're replacing a guy that I'm sure a lot of them, you know, he kind of left at his own volition and kind of abruptly. And I think people weren't kind of prepared for that. And so, and I think the producers did a good thing. They didn't try to bring me in a way that would ingratiate me like instantly. Like, oh, look, this nice guy's coming in. Kind of brought me in with a guy with an edge, with a kind of an attitude. And they're like, some of the fan mail initially was like, who the hell is this? We hate this guy. Why is he here? And I thought, this is all right. This is good. Because I came in with in fact, the opening shot of my character coming in. Now you got to understand, the character prior to mine, the Mandy played, he was a bird lover.
Mm-hmm.
Everything they worked into his character over the 2 seasons that he did the show, that he was like an Autobahn guy and it had pictures of birds.
I got you. It was all peppered in there throughout.
All peppered in it. He had wallpaper of birds, everything birds. The episode opens, my introductory episode, you see ducks flying across the sky. All of a sudden you hear boom, boom, boom. And it cuts to me in the blind dropping a few of the ducks with a shotgun.
Wow.
And then my dog running out to get the ducks. And Ed Bernero, our showrunner, said that wasn't by accident. That was he just says, let's just spin this whole thing on its head.
But that's really smart because it's a specific detail of the previous character, and then we're going to build on that, and we're going to make this its own thing. I think that's really cool.
Right. It's almost like, okay, you like this guy? Okay, well, first we're going to start. You're going to really hate this guy.
Right, because I'm about to blow this up.
He's gonna
Episode 1,
up.
Scene 1.
Okay, now what?